what makes me laugh is that there's a couple of people, not that it matters, but it matters to me. But it's a couple of people that beat me when I was a kid and when I played them again. And some of them were still on basketball, some of them weren't. Some was on and off, like me. But even though I'm on and off, there's certain things that you gotta acknowledge. Like, you're not the same as you was in high school, middle school. It's like being a rookie. It's like being a rookie in the NBA. And when you get to your like 4th, 5th year, you learn all these different type of like techniques and mindsets and all that stuff. And muscle memory, different moves. I don't know. I don't have regrets. I don't like walking around with regrets. But the older me just goes, what if like I actually took basketball a lot more seriously? What if I actually tried out more for teams? What if I actually wanted to like win every game on street ball? What if I actually gave a fuck just as much as the next player? What if I wasn't so silly half the time and sometimes letting my opponents get the best? What if my competitiveness was the way it was in certain things besides basketball? Like, you know, writing, you know what I'm saying? Like, getting better at stand-up, acting, you know what I'm saying? Video games, trying to learn something new, read, whatever it is. Like, my competitiveness has their limits as far as like where I put it. Some people are competitive all around, like Jordan. Like, they're competitive with everything. With me, when it came to basketball, I was competitive sometimes I wasn't. You know? And I just think, like, what if I was, like, overall all competitive and I actually learned skills and actually, like, practice, like, organized ball more than just playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't realize the difference between playing basketball and knowing how to play basketball. There's a difference. You know, when and how to cut screens and how to know your opponent and, there's a reason why they got like AAU classes. I mean, AAU teams and stuff. And there's a reason why they have like little leagues and all that stuff. And not just the players, but to teach kids and young adults how to play the game. When I was a kid, I just knew how to like dribble, shoot, pass. I didn't master my fundamentals, and that's what made, even when I was competitive, and even if I like tried my best against certain people, even in 5-on-5, my fundamentals would show. Like, sometimes my shots would be there, sometimes it's not. Sometimes I'll force shots. Sometimes I'll like let my emotions get the best of me. Like, all these type of things that I didn't have when I was like in my early 20s, and I'm like, what if my game that I have now I had back then? But at the same time, it's unfair to say that because you were a kid. It's not like I was 25. I became 25 saying that. I'm like, damn, like, what if? You know what I'm saying? You never know. You know, I respect anybody who, you know, puts in the work. But for me, I was just like, it was just fun to play. It wasn't like, oh, I'm taking it so seriously, like, all the time. You know, but... and sometimes I would, but, you know, no excuses. No excuses. Just like thinking, like, what if? Like, what if? Like, what type of person, where would I be if I, like, went all the way with it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if? You know? And that's the same thing with other passions, you know? And maybe that's it. It wasn't really a passion. It was, like, something I just was, like, something to escape. Using something to escape. And I remember the whole school was like, yo, try out. You should try out for the team. And I'm like, nah. At the time, I didn't even think I was that good. I just played. I didn't care about how good I was. There's a lot of people like me. It's like, you may have potential. You may, like, have some skills there. You may have something to work with. And coaches can develop you. Teams can develop you. You can get better, get in the weight room, all that stuff. But not that I'm not saying like I would make the league. I don't even know if I would have. It's my height. But at the same time, I don't believe in the impossible. But it just makes me go, damn, what if? You know what I'm saying? Comment down below if you like think about certain things like that too. Like not in a failure mindset way, but like you're like, something to think about. It's like from a multi. You know how like an anime they have like different timelines? It's kind of like that. That's how I'm thinking. Like I think like that all the time. I'm like acting and all this and that. Me as a child actor, some shit. I do stand up now. You know what I'm saying? But even with stand up, I'm like, what if I did stand up around like 13, 14? To say that is kind of like unfair at the same time as well. Because I wasn't even nearly mature enough to even like fucking think about a career. I knew I wanted to like not work for nobody later on in my life. Like I wanted to be my own boss. Always had a leader mindset. I actually never really wanted a job growing up. I hated the fact that I had to work. But you know, anybody who's working is no shame in it. Put your pride to the side and just do things until you get to the top. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not like you're gonna be there forever. People who can't do that have pride issues. They have ego issues. They have no ambition. They act like they do, but they in their mama's basement. If you have ambition, you're into stocks, trading. Like I'm doing trading, but I'm taking a break right now because of a financial situation. Trying to move more smart, and then I'm gonna start profiting and stuff. And then I'm gonna live off that versus like working for somebody. But everything is a stepping stone. Some people would be like, oh, you know, something's wrong with this friend of mine. He, you know, don't judge nobody. Everybody has their own path and everybody has their own life to live. Like as long as you like know what you're gonna do and know what you want to do, that's all that matters. Whether it's basketball, like I'm in now, whether it's acting, stand-up, writing, screenwriting, screenplay, producing, directing, construction manager, I don't know, psychotherapist, I mean, radiologist, I don't know, massage therapist, I don't know, like, I don't know, I learned, like, sometimes, like, in life, you relearn things in a different way, you see things from a different perspective. And you realize that a lot of times when you're on your journey in life, and I'm talking about in general, about life period, that when you're on your journey, you know, sometimes the closest people project their insecurities on you. Like, of course, like you're thankful for this, you're thankful for that, and they should be thankful for what you give them too. Whatever it is, maybe it's a conversation. You know, if they value a conversation more than money. Some people just value just like material things more than a connection until they fucking in somewhere that's totally different. But they project their insecurities on you. They gossip about you. Your own parents can do that shit to you. They can raise you to believe that only something's wrong with you and the world is perfect. Not the world is perfect, but like something's wrong with you beyond exaggeration. And the reality is that those people is crazy as cat shit. Just trust me. Don't listen to those people. When you listen to those people, you fucked. The only time you're supposed to be listening to people is to learn what to do and what not to do. Word to the wise, smart people learn from their experiences, wise people learn from other people, from other people's experiences. You look at other people going through what they go through as an example of what to do and what not to do. You know what I'm saying? It's ignorant to just be like, okay, you know, I learn only from my experiences only. It's ignorant. We're here to learn from each other and everything around us. Everything is connected. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody is out there trying to psych you out and try to like guilt trip you or gaslight you, do the Heisman. Keep them in the distance. Keep them distant. Trust me, I do that. I don't say it, I just do it. I used to be the type to always like tell a motherfucker what it is, like blah 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 blah. Even if I'm not being disrespectful. Whether it's I'm cursing or whatever, whether we scrap or whatever, I let you know. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, if you're one of those people that's the type to like march to your own beat, this channel's for you. You might be watching this like, oh man, like sometimes I feel like the only one that thinks these type of things or whatever. And nah, man, like, especially when you have depression or something like a mental illness, like of course you're gonna think you're alone. That's part of the illness. But when you get out into the world in terms of realizing that everything is literally connected, it's almost like depression is like a facade. It's like you have it, but it's not. It doesn't define you. Basketball doesn't define me. That's why, you know, it doesn't make me feel bad that I didn't try certain things. I didn't try as hard, or I mean, not as hard, but I didn't go fully through. You know what I'm saying? I always had distractibility issues anyway. Mainly probably because, I'm not trying to make excuses, mainly probably because I had bipolar disorder, and back then I didn't have control over my actions mostly more than I do now, most times. And I was on psych meds, and my impulses were a lot more out of control than it is now. Now I'm a lot more conscientious. I'm not just open to openness. I'm like a lot more conscientious. Like I had a to-do list for today. Like after this, I'm gonna go home, take a shower. I already mopped the floor in my room before I left. Something my teenage self would not have done in a million years, because not because somebody was gonna do it, but because like your adolescent brain is not the same as if it gets older, when it gets older. But I think I would have mopped my room at that, like just too late. I would have waited too long. But bottom line, don't ever let nobody try to convince you of something you're not, ever. You know, like when you're doing your thing and you have a like relatively or try to live a positive life, and everybody has their own struggles. We all went through our own things, but everybody's gonna always compare their life to yours. Like, oh, you had this, had that. It's like they're never gonna mention the struggle because they're not in your shoes. They're not supposed to mention it. Only you're supposed to mention it and try to learn from it and try to do something about it and try to find the good and the bad. That's the key. Of course, you can complain now and then and have your feelings open and be open to your feelings and be emotional if you have to, cry if you have to. But at the end of the day, it's about doing something at the end of the day. And it's the beginning of the day. But you know what I mean. But it's about like doing something about it and trying to find the good and the bad. You know, that's where we comedians come in. You know what I'm saying? You think comedians don't have times where we're pessimistic and we're negative? Of course. Like we have days where we're like, fuck man, fuck this man, like fuck that motherfucker, man, fuck this, fuck that. But at the end of the day, like we all human. You know what I'm saying? We all human. That's what we got to get back to, is like realize we're all human. You know, there are different types of people in this world. There's people that genuinely do not give a fuck about you unless it's something in it for them, and they're easy to spot because a lot of times they be in your family. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's obvious. And you can't put it on the kids when they get older, because you're supposed to take care of the kids. And as they get older, whatever traits that you have and they learn it from you, that's your fault. Or that's your blessing. It's one of the two. A lot of people put shit on you because they don't want to take responsibility for their shit. They're like, oh, this and that. It's like, motherfucker, I know I was late. You being a dickhead. Blah, 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 blah. It's not that serious. You lucky I even motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? Or, I know the dishes is piled up, but I'll get to it in 10 minutes. It's understanding at the end of the day. It's understanding. You know, but people put their own shit on you. And if I ever, I'm confident to say this. If I ever give somebody shit, they fucking deserve it. They fucking deserve it. And even if I don't give you shit, succeeding is my revenge. And that's the mature part of me. That's the side of me that growing up I would have never done. We probably would be scrapping. One of the way or another, we probably would be tearing this motherfucker up. But because I matured so much, and even when I went back to my old school, obviously I can't compare my 12, 13, 14-year-old self or 17-year-old self to me now. I just turned 26. 2 or 3 years into comedy. You know what I'm saying? Doing shows. But when I went back to my old school, they was telling me certain things about my character. Not to brag at all, but making a point. I was not the most rational motherfucker when I'm pissed off. I'll put it that way. So like to see the evolution of yourself as you get older is very important. You want to make sure you monitor yourself, not only based off like what you do good, but what you do bad. Monitor yourself. Did you snap? How many times you snapped this year? That's what they asked me. Well, not actually directly, like in that way, because I'm being more direct. But in therapy, they would used to always ask me like, "How are you feeling?" and all this stuff. And they would see if you have manic episodes, highs, lows, and they will monitor you. So it's kind of like that, kind of like they do in psychology. You want to monitor yourself. Like Monday, I'm erratic. Tuesday, I'm rageful. Thursday, I'm great. I have something good going for me. That's what you gotta motherfucking do. So I'm gonna let you motherfuckers go. And I'm gonna go home and freshen up, get a couple hours of sleep, go out, do some errands, and hopefully I'll vlog it, because I gotta get black. Yes, black. I love being black. I gotta get back to vlogging, and I don't know if I uploaded a video where I was updating you guys on like what I plan to do with this channel, but definitely plan to do a lot of things with the channel soon. I'm planning on getting a camera, actual camera, instead of like a phone. I have 2 phones, you know what I'm saying, but an actual camera and a couple other things, and then I'll be set. And you might say, oh, you don't need a camera to do vlog and stuff. That's true. But because I'm such a fucking like, I sometimes complicate things for no reason. I kind of want to. I like to challenge myself. I want to learn. I like learning different things. You know what I'm saying? So I already know how to use the camera. I just want to get better at it, if that makes sense. And also, I'm into photography, so I want to like. That's one of the other reasons. Like I want to do photography by myself. Obviously I got plans for other people to do other things and whatever. But as far as it's like with this channel, it's gonna be me for now. Everybody's on different times and schedules. If any of my videos help you, good. If it brings you light to dark, good. That's the reason why I upload videos. I'm not trying to come off phony, fake, whatever. I'll tell you the most horrible shit I've went through, whatever. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'll tell you the good with the bad. I mean, I meant to say that. I didn't mean to victimize myself, but that's kind of what I think life is about. So somebody, if you're one of those people that's in your room somewhere, you happen to stumble across this video, I'm Antonio Grant. I'm from New York City, and I'm an aspiring comic, and this is my serious side. This is my downtime. This is my serious side. Like, not trying to generate no jokes. Usually, when you get to know me, or if you knew me in real life, you'd be like, "Oh, this dude's a joker." You know what I'm saying? He can't stop cracking jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I use this as like a outlet for when I want to be serious. So, but yeah, and not everybody's one way. Just want to put that out there. Everybody's multi-dimensional. It's okay to, express different sides to yourself. But I see you. Hopefully we have some things coming to this channel soon. I'll let you know. Keep it posted. Peace.